And there we are back. And I just... Yeah. Time to start Wiki Free again.
This is an exciting stream.
This is... I don't know what this stream is. You know what? When people
Stream
will
is
look...
so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people will look at the YouTube history, they're like, what the fuck? 50 minutes Borderlands? Why 50 minutes? Yeah, I just thought Ruben's PC was gone for good.
Like
Do you blame me?
I mean, it took an hour to fix.
Yeah, we
So-
could have done that earlier. We could have had 1 hour Borderlands if we were a little bit more decisive in the beginning.
You're the streamer, you decide.
You kept yapping.
No.
And I was bringing something
You
up and you
literally-
started talking about...
I literally told you I'm fine with everything.
This is a shit show, but I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, actually, interesting things that happened a bit ago. So, there were some interesting developments in the PlayStation 3 modding community. Because, so, you all know that the PlayStation 3, that generation just had problems with, generally. But the PS3 had a specific problems called yellow light of death, which is basically, the soldering of the GPU of the console was not really good, the 19 nanometer soldering, because NVIDIA kind of fucked Sony over with that one. By the way, it's open, you can join. So there's an interesting thing that happened. So because basically there are two central versions of that console you need to keep in mind. First of all, there is so the reality synthesizer, the RSX chip, okay, was 90 nanometer on the original PS3. Now the thing about the PS3 is, as you remember, that is the one that you can actually have backwards compatible with the PS2 and PS1. So that is one hell of a feature to have, right? Problem is that, as said, they are just more prone to problems. Meanwhile, when they made the PS3 Slim, they actually updated that to a newer model using a 40 nanometer chip. 40 nanometer design. So, and that design is a lot better. Like, just not really any problems, and it's just better overall. Here's the thing though. You can't just swap them, okay? So a fat PS3 is needs a 90 nanometer chip, RSX chip, and the PS3 Slim needs a 40 nanometer one. Except what people then realized, there were a few PS3s out there, like fat PS3s that from the launch part, that people did send into Sony for repairs because they had yellow light of death and problems. That had 40 nanometer chips. Ain't that interesting? Because, before that, everyone just, the only way everyone thought this would work was because some Indonesians created a mod chip to solder onto the PS3 that would allow that kind of thing, which ironically was the way how PS3s were repaired in Indonesia for like forever, and everyone outside just didn't know about it because it never really left the Indonesian sphere. But interestingly, Sony apparently in their repair program started making like Frankenstein PS3s with newer component parts put onto like the old main boards, and they were working, and people actually completely reverse engineered that progress, which means now that if you have a fat PS3 and it breaks, you can actually get it repaired with better hardware, that runs cooler, that runs better, that's just less prone to problems, and you still have backwards compatibility. It's kind of cool, right? But also something where you're like, they should have told everyone about that. That is kind of a huge thing to know. because interestingly, this wasn't even on the side of the manufacturer of the repair. This wasn't a small thing. They didn't just exchange the RSX chip and then put new software. They also had new software, obviously, but a key point was also they had some, how's it called? Those little things that you have on soldered on mainboards, how they're called? Not diodes. How's it called again?
Not many people are joining, apparently.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you.
I'm still launching the game.
All right. HD.
Yeah.
But yeah, how are they called? Do you know that?
No.
Resist?
Yes, resistors. Right. They actually removed and soldered on different resistors even. Like, this wasn't a small thing. Someone at the repair center of Sony figured out a way to literally make old PlayStation 3 models compatible with newer hardware and just make them more resistant, which is actually pretty cool. Frankly, and I'm gonna use a big exclamation mark in front of that. This is still a very, this is not an easy process. Like, you need someone with special equipment and knowledge and good skills to do that, which is like even more interesting considering, there are a bunch of those consoles out there that were repaired that well. So there was a lot of work put into those Frankenstein PS3s. Like, this isn't a small fix. This is like reverse engineering a whole shit, even on the repair side. But still, it's like, if one of them goes faulty, you can actually repair them with better spare parts now. That's cool, right? So yeah, but like, I mean, if you have a PS3, a fat one, okay, and it has backwards compatibility, keep using it if it hasn't a problem. So this isn't me saying you should do that thing. Like, with all hardware, if it's doing what it was sold to do, keep using it. This is more a thing of, if it breaks, then you should look into it. Especially if it breaks because of, the RSX chip. Because those backwards compatible mainboards are rare, and it's more important to preserve them than anything else.
In other notes, I think Germany might now get cheaper electricity.
Oh yeah, they want to change some stuff and lower the prices to the European average. Which
methods?
No, more like right now in Germany, your electricity bill from your provider
is always based
oriented itself on the most expensive producer, basically.
Yeah.
So every electricity company and stuff, they have like oil or gas, at least a bit in there, just so they can increase the price.
Yeah, the electricity price is always how's it called? Calculated after the most expensive production method. So even if over half of the electricity produced is produced with cheap methods, no, don't care. It's always going after the one that costs the most. Which is why I keep saying when people are like, I mean, this is, by the way, something where I still say, like, a perfect example of you are not immune to propaganda. There's so many leftists who are like, look how France solved their energy problem by just producing energy cheaply and Germany isn't. And like, listen, you supposedly know more about the markets, but when it comes to a topic where you can get fed a very easy good versus bad narrative, then suddenly it's like, oh no, one side is just producing cheap, the other side isn't. It's just the market doing itself. There's no political regulations like in every other situation. Like, prices on markets and everywhere are mostly, determined by political stuff. Like, I mean, we're currently seeing it with fucking tariffs going up and down and all around, and paused and unpaused, paused and extended.
145% tariff.
God.
Do you see that right? That Mexico is actually attacking
The USA.
and is kind of like winning because they have lots more territory than usual.
That's still from how's it called, colonizing. They just haven't had beef over it.
I think so.
Yeah, there hasn't been a major war. That's why the border looks cleaner,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, there isn't the typical Texas shape.
Yeah. So that's just why I'm like, sorry everyone, but energy prices, especially in Europe, they're a fucking policy decision. France isn't producing cheap energy. France is subsidizing energy to hell and back. This is why electricity is cheap in France.
Not a bad idea to subsidize
It's
it.
totally not a bad idea. I'm not saying this is bad. It's just, I'm sorry. We're talking about subsidization on this part. It's not just someone made the big brain decision and everyone else on the continent just didn't for some reason. But Zep is taking long. Please, Zep, don't tell me your game is now crashing.
No, I think my computer is just having issue. Well, sorry, not my computer. I feel like the internet is out to get me.
Oh, tech issues.
I've just been no. So it's not even just on one device. It's like everything I use for the last week or so has just been like terribly inconsistent with its connectivity. I'm in, by the way.
Ah, okay.
Nice.
Then we can resume.
Yes. So time to resume and have fun. I hope you all are locked in for fun.
As opposed to a minute ago where we didn't have fun.
Fun is mandatory.
I'm sorry, I sold my fun.
How can you? How can you?
Look, I was a little strapped for cash. You gotta get around these days, even if at the cost of fun sometimes.
I mean, you could buy X for it.
The name is too cringe.
X? X a cringe now?
Oh. Yes.
Okay,
Eggs are cringe now.
good to know.
I thought.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Unimportant but useful life skills. I am really good at boiling and peeling eggs.
Are you? Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Always
Doesn't
useful.
matter in the slightest, but yeah. like I said, unimportant but useful. Trying to find a good country to rival.
England.
The rank difference. I would absolutely rival them, but I can't. I actually it's not letting me.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
Oh, I could rival Congo.
Rank difference.
Well, first of all, we get our weekly innovation up. Because I let that slide for way too long in this game.
Yeah, that's like the main thing with these runs is that you need to get innovation up fast, otherwise you're kind of screwed tech wise. And I think we all just had too much we had too much trouble in the initial plays.
Fair.
Also, economics is hard.
Yeah.
So, where do I get tariffs? Somebody needs to tell me why my free market trading has.
That's the if you switch the trading sort of the
Yeah, I know, but
trade policy, but yeah.
but I'm free trade. I shouldn't get tariffs.
Up?
I thought you were playing Algeria, not America.
Yeah.
Well, more tariffs on everyone.
I mean, you can do it in the new thing. Then you can simulate how stupid of an idea that is to run tariffs based on trade deficits.
How was that described? Bonkers?
I can't find anybody to rival that I can actually rival. Like everything said, like the rank difference is too great to allow for rivalry with like great powers, major powers, minor powers, unrecognized major powers, unrecognized like nothing. It's not letting me do a rivalry with anybody. Except the Ottomans, but I'm already rivaling with the Ottomans.
Check your interests.
Yeah, it's I think like if I mouse over the thing, it always what it always says is rank difference of the two countries doesn't like allow for a rivalry. And that's the thing that's constantly tripping up about. Like with Dutch East Indies, it does say we have interest, we're neighbors or have interests in the same strategic regions. That's not the case there, but like every other country I'm looking at is like. And I think the few that I could are ones that I actually have like good relations with and trade relations, so I don't want to like break that.
Wait, why are the Dutch East Indies in the British Empire? I could start beef with
Why
them.
aren't they?
That's just what happens in our games, I guess.
I guess. I mean, I could.
British East Indies.
I mean, looks like the Netherlands is. They're in the British Empire.
Mm-hmm.
The power block, that is.
Yeah, so they will soonish be protectorate.
I could join.
Join what?
And get some land. Not Sumatra, maybe. Just eating into the Dutch East Indies a little bit. That's an idea. Entertaining that idea right now.
Could attack Perak to get Portugal.
I mean, Portugal into a war. That would be a thing, I guess. I could do that. They're in the Zollverein.
Portugal is one of our goals.
Then we would get the Germans into it there as well.
That's what I'm trying to avoid, but they're pretty much everywhere.
That's why I actually wanted to see if I could get the Dutch, if I could get into this war against the Dutch East Indies and steal some land from them.
I could also just attack Portugal directly. Then we still have to contend with Spain.
I mean,
could be manageable.
You still need some land from them anyway.
Yeah, I need definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm
at the very least, you don't have a land. You don't have. You only have the treaty port as your land border.
Yes.
With Spain. Let me see. Their main army is mainly skirmish with some outdated artillery and outdated cavalry.
So similar to mine.
Not going into that, but then.
Oh my god.
What?
Look at the flag for Mali, Senegal.
Senegal, Mali.
And the ruler's white as well. He's English.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah. That'll be solved later.
that's definitely a weird flag.
I like it.
I mean, it's got 2 stick figures on it, so I think that's a pretty cool flag.
That's
cool, yeah.
twice the stick figures.
Why is it sticky?
Yes.
Come on, French. Attack the British.
So we can counter-attack. Okay. Sumatra, you're not going to secede from me. You are not gonna do that. You can try, but you can't.
Sumatra is rightful Ethiopian play.
Yes. Obviously. I was able to cancel a revolution. Lol. I mean, gonna destroy the secession movement in a second. Help.
Help?
We need more things to talk about.
We need a thing. We need a thing talker inventor thing.
I mean, sometimes Beyond joins and he's like the main yapper. He has some good topics. I do like his pet tax in China. It's good. That's a good joke. I mean, how else can you demand more animal pictures? I mean, hey, we're from Europe. We can demand also more pet pictures. Hey, Zep. Pay up,
Yeah?
mandatory pet tariff. Come on, you need to
Did I
post
not-
more.
Did I not post videos when I was gone?
Not enough.
What was it?
Hold
I
on.
think it was this meme where like this Indian guy was like on Fortnite saying, "Pay my tariff right."
Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah, we were talking about the whole. Elon Musk was so fucking embarrassing in Path of Exile 2. Like, okay, first of all, the guy is an attention hog. I know, but it is so fucking funny that he went on the stream and really
Again?
thought. Yeah, again, really thought, oh, this is going to work.
I didn't know exactly what happened, but
Okay.
I got I got a new ruler, and he's Albanian. Sure, I guess.
I guess.
And I have an Albanian emperor. Cool, really cool. He's a moderate landowner, which is not great, but at least he's only a moderate.
Okay, Zep, I probably need to stop bankrolling
Anyway,
for a while.
That's
Good.
fine. I think I can handle 1 or 2 fewer bankrolls. Yeah, that's. I'm still able to construct like this.
Okay.
Very appreciating of you respecting the pet tariff. Everyone, if you are on the community Discord, there are new pet pictures now. Is that paid up?
Videos and pictures.
Videos and pictures, yes.
Also, word of advice: don't bother with the audio on the videos. It was very windy that day.
Well, that blows.
You're literally just gonna hear. Yeah, it does blow, like the wind.
It blew wind.
Oh well. But yeah, you know, what basically happened was, he was on a private flight or something, and he just, apparently after everything, where, you know, everyone hates him, he was like, maybe I should go back to the gaming crowd, and he started streaming Path of Exile 2. Two things happened.
Tutorial.
First of all, two things happened. Main thing, he apparently didn't know how to mute people. So,
The French are protectoring me.
okay,
They are demanding it.
I can't join anything.
The play's not started. They've sent the demand.
Okay, well, then we can just kick their asses, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except
Okay.
except
Then I will
United Front.
refuse.
Except
maybe me, because I just noticed since I gave you the part of Mauritania, my interest went away. But I see it. I see it now.
yeah, Ruben, you should then just do join the war for the French Niger Delta. I
Did
guess.
they take that or no?
No, there's
No,
still a
no,
bit you need
river.
to take.
Yeah.
French
And,
chat.
and then Denmark.
And Ethiopia can join for Zanzibar, technically.
I should join for Zanzibar, yeah.
By
This-
the way, we should all be making strides to try and enter the Algerian power block. So try and get that influence within of Algeria on
point.
your country up, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, getting influence because I wanted to found my own power block at Trade League, but it's
I
yeah.
guess Algeria is.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you want to join.
The consultations, is that it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just gave you a power block.
Why did you make it a fucking sovereign empire?
It's helpful, okay?
I guess. We could have had a trade league.
You know what happened last
That's
time I
what I was
did a
gonna
trade
say.
league?
Da-da-da-da.
What happened?
I controlled the
All right.
market.
So what should we do for what should we demand of France?
I would say French Niger Delta. I would get Zanzibar, and then someone needs to eat French Gabon and French Congo. Just someone, and you should. Anyway, it's Portugal.
That's more possible. Oh yeah.
French Chad.
I don't know if we can actually get that because I think we tried last time and it didn't work.
We did because Ruben can't is unable to
Yeah.
move on to actually bordering that territory.
Yeah,
It
it's
should be
impassable.
doable now.
Not
There's-
anymore. There's still
No,
impassable
it's in-
terrain.
Oh, that.
Yeah, impassable.
Yeah,
Right,
we
like,
shouldn't do
yeah.
that.
Yeah, and apparently I have a claim on Tibesti, so we can't colonize Tibesti either to get that land border.
Can you colonize it?
I don't have any colonial affairs institution, and none of my cloud supports any.
Rip.
Yeah, we missed
No,
the time.
They do, but like nobody like. I have 0% success chance.
Then it's just Niger Delta, Gabon, and Congo, and well, Zanzibar.
Let's see. Oh, and I do want French West Indies too, but that's a personal thing for me. So I will have the main goal to be. Okay, I need to remember I only have 70 maneuvers. So I think what we do is we have whoever's getting Zanzibar request the transfer subject from me, or
Oh, you have to wait.
I guess conquer. If you
Yeah, I
want
have
it.
to wait first.
Yeah.
And then I'll set my primary goal as I guess French West Indies. Okay, so I'm gonna play. So I'm gonna resume, and then
Yeah.
we'll go from there.
They also have French Indian Ocean territory, one tiny little island off the coast of Madagascar.
That
yeah.
is technically part of Ethiopian East Africa.
Oh, true. It is.
Yeah, but like there's
It's
one little
also
island
a
next to it,
border.
it's French. Yeah.
I guess I should grab that. Sometimes.
Get Zanzibar first.
At Zanzibar first. The Sultan of Ethiopia has to live there. Anyway,
Oh, and you've got a Malian reactionary revolt as well.
Yeah. It's just been like festering for like the entire session, so
Oh.
it was bound to happen.
Yeah. Okay, we can.
Also, the
now.
fact that the devout randomly
I sent you.
decided that they were going to. Yep.
Yeah, also for
The devout randomly decided that they were going to join the revolt chants, so I ended up like losing any legitimacy in my government.
I can ask for return French Chad as my war goal. Don't know if we'll be able to get it, but I can ask for it.
That is the piece of Tibesi.
Yeah, I know, but like that means that if it works without occupation, then that means we can actually get that, and I can then trade it to Ruben.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait.
fuck, I didn't have an interest in Senegal for some fucking reason.
Ew. Well,
Why
Um,
Senegal?
Ask for return French Chad, yes.
Hold on.
Because I don't. Otherwise, I don't think we can get that little blue dot out of the map.
Yeah, but like, I mean, the problem is just someone
I
needs
don't
to get
think
there.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone needs to get there, or someone needs to land in France, and I just don't think that's happening.
Yeah, they need to change something about the logic where colonies spawn, because that is bullshit.
Yeah.
They shouldn't spawn in.
Yeah.
yeah, we had that already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We can't land in France proper, but what about Corsica? Oh, it's unincorporated. Never mind.
It's unincorporated. It's also Corsica counts like defensive wise counts the same as the mainland south.
Yeah, okay, we just
Yeah.
mostly wait. As long as we just get stuff like the Niger Delta, Gabon, and Congo, we're clear. We do not need to invade the mainland. And crucially, we should not get Chad right now, because either Sokoto or Sokoto Arabia, you both need to work on colonization. If we want to get
I can't change.
You can.
No, I have a
he
claim.
has
I
it.
have a
He's
claim.
literally
Politics.
prevented from it. He's literally prevented from it because
I-
of
I-
the claim.
I have a
From
claim
Arabia.
on Bastion.
Okay, then Arabia.
I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
I can't get colonialism.
Solution. Ruben needs to declare war on Arabia and then make
Yeah.
you two need to go to war and then you can do remove claim.
Yeah, is there isn't also revoke claim just a diplomatic
It's
play
not a
request
base-
like that?
It's not a diplomatic play request.
Oh.
At least it's not as far as I'm
Oh.
aware. It's a
yeah,
war goal.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But don't get shot first.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
could probably Ruben, you could probably demand one of you could probably demand investment rights, I would say, and
I
then
could.
the other one make sure that they apply the thing as their primary demand. Ruben, yeah. So if you demand investment rights on Sokoto, then Ruben could respond before it expands to do what's it called? The
Yeah.
I
vote
thought we
claim.
were attacking the French.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we are still doing it. You just
People
Probably
got
There's a
sidetracked.
process.
People got
Yeah.
sidetracked.
yeah, you got sidelined. It's not
Yeah.
important right now.
Not sidelined,
Yeah.
sidetracked.
Yeah. So
I say we do the Sokoto thing after the Mali war, just in case
Yes.
something
Yeah.
happens.
also no
So,
war
yeah.
reps. If we want to conquer territory, no war reps. Transfer stuff we can conquer, no war reps.
What could I
Going
get?
to double check.
I could ask for conquer French Niger Delta and then transfer it to Sokoto.
Sure.
Yeah. We do need though Gabon and Congo. Those should definitely
Yeah,
go.
just let some maneuvers over so that I can join for
Yeah.
whatever is in the end.
Well, if you ask to join, it doesn't cost Zep any maneuvers.
Oh, no, even
Yeah.
better then.
Yeah.
Yeah, just need to know what I should join for. Then what's left?
Yeah. So that there's French Niger Delta, French Congo.
We have to wait till
and,
Zep has everything he can put in there, realistically. And then we'll see.
So we've got transfer Zanzibar. Okay. In that case, so one of you is going to get Niger Delta. So in that case, I'll go for not French Chad, French Congo, and French Gabon because I do technically have territory over there.
You guys do remember I didn't have an interest until
Yes.
now, until I just played it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
seconds ago.
Yeah. So that's
So I
why
can't
one of
join
yeah,
the war. Right.
yeah, one of us is gonna get the French Niger Delta and transfer it to you.
Okay,
So you don't you'll be
just making sure.
good. Yep.
Sorry.
No problem. So, just need. Okay, Zep, you're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
Then I think Lena still needs to join.
Yeah, I can transfer. But give me a second. War
Conquer.
goals.
Conquer.
Conquer French Niger Delta.
Yeah.
There we go.
Good. Is there anything left I could conquer for us?
I
French
don't
Indian,
know.
French Indian Ocean territory.
Yeah,
Yeah,
taking-
French Indian Ocean territory.
Which is it goes to Ethiopia.
War goals. Ask for state. French Indian Ocean Territory.
So
Also, you can probably invite the United States.
Do we really want that?
I don't know, but you probably can.
I can do call ally, which honestly, their navy at the very least will be useful as a distraction.
Fair point.
So I'll do that, and then I can call in the Dutch.
The Dutch.
Supposing I have the maneuvers left. Yeah, I should have the maneuver. Oh, I need to wait for the American
Yeah. You need to
to accept.
Wait.
now I could do an obligation for the Dutch. I could give them Mauritania. No. I could become their protectorate. No. I want to fight the Dutch though, so I'm not gonna. I guess I'm just gonna have to not bring them in.
Ooh. Yeah. I guess.
Also, you could have technically just conquered Zanzibar, couldn't you?
Transfer. I don't.
Yeah,
I couldn't conquer them.
that was an option.
No.
Oh, you know what? Because
Okay.
it's probably because of because they're subject of
Yes.
someone
They're
that I'm fighting,
protected.
and I'm not, and I'm the war leader, so I couldn't offer that
Yes.
or give that as an opportunity.
Go to the French one, Ethiopian. Transfer Tunis. That's my Tunis alone. And they want
They
Aleppo.
want your Aleppo.
Yeah, Aleppo as well.
Well, at the very least, they are putting in war goals on all of us, which means that no one's getting knocked out of this war for nothing.
Which is great.
Also, Ruben,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not in the war, do you have the money to give me military support? Or military assistance?
Of military assistance, so-called must invented general staff.
I don't...
Actually, can I?
Oh.
You've got 5. Oh god, I can't even take your debt. That's. Stop bank falling.
Yeah. That makes it so I can afford my armies now.
Okay, so let's actually kick some French
Boutte.
boutique. Really?
No.
We want
You
to show
guys-
our baguette to the French.
Do you guys think we should perhaps start expanding beyond Vicky 3 at all?
We could, but do we have a good idea?
I don't know. I was just possibly start looking at it a little bit because
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Do you feel we've played the game a bunch
You're not wrong.
and a lot of the issues are still kind of there and they're not changing them anytime soon? So
Well, with the
I
next,
guess we sort of play modded Vicky, but
yeah, with the
that's
next
opinion
update,
itself.
I think they change a lot.
Some
But yeah,
Like,
Oh yeah, by the way,
we have a topic right now. Yeah,
yeah, sorry.
you could participate if you want to.
There was a helicopter crash in South Africa, by the way,
Oh,
caused by a penguin. Madagascar is
News.
happening.
Yeah, then we would need an idea. Like I proposed Age of Wonders 4, but Zep isn't really getting into the game, and Lena doesn't have it. So, not the best idea. I think you proposed once to play a round of Hearts of Iron 4, which I think everyone
modded Minecraft.
modded Minecraft, yes.
No, modded Minecraft specifically.
You know, as much as we have a Minecraft server, I do not really want to do a lot of that stuff right now. As said, there's the whole boycott thing going on.
This what? Boycott?
Yeah, because Microsoft is supplying the Israeli army with tech to do the whole genocide.
oh yeah.
There's a
Okay.
very specific call to not buy shit. But you know, people just wanted to see the Minecraft movie, apparently, even though it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry how people are like, oh, it's not, it is bad. Like, haven't you...
They're saying, I've heard people saying it's a good theater experience, but every explanation of what's going on in the theater, I understand what they're meaning to say through that, but also they're completely wrong because that's not a good experience
Yeah,
in the theater.
I also hate the fact that people are like, oh, it's just a children's movies with memes. I'm like, hey, here's the thing: if children's movies, children's movie memes, you shouldn't put in effort.
The
Then
Brits are attacking the Ottoman Empire and the Russians are
Yeah.
defending them.
Oh,
So next up, we could actually attack the Brits. Yeah, I'm just like I think Ruben once proposed Hearts of Iron 4, and I think everyone said at least one round would be okay with them.
I guess I just need to get into the game again.
Same.
We could play modded Hearts of Iron. No, actually, there's the... Oh, what was it? It's the one that extended to 1956, I think.
Well, and with modded Minecraft, I would say depends on the mod.
Yeah, it depends, but like again, Microsoft boycott.
Not right now, yeah.
Well,
It's
we're
like-
not paying them, but yeah, I get what you mean.
It's still attention, and like
Okay.
it just kind of sucks because like sorry, when I hear about people like, oh, it's a
Yeah, it
children's
doesn't-
movie.
it's
Can I
not-
say one thing first?
Could we actually talk about organizing stuff
Yeah,
instead of...
okay.
Also, the game is
Yeah.
frozen on March 31st.
Yep. Who's dropping out
Yep.
now?
How about we
Ruben?
pause? Thank you, Seth.
No?
Okay.
No. No name is red.
No, it says set is a little bit behind.
Yeah, 6 days.
I'm on March 24th,
Yeah.
on 31st.
and I'm not seeing any progress.
Well, it says you paused the game, so...
Oh, is it paused? Nothing has
Yeah,
changed.
it says
Yeah.
paused by set.
Yeah, then you probably need to rejoin them.
Yay! I'll leave and then rejoin.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I mean, we could do Hearts of Iron if we have a good idea here.
Well, I quite like Millennium Dawn. That's just for basically Hearts of Iron, but from 2000 onwards. I got a mod pack for it. Oh yeah, it's Road to 56. That's it. It just sort of expands the texture a bit more and stuff like that. So
Well-
basically expands the game to 1956 from.
I played the game without mods and add-ons mostly, so I just I have no idea what I'm doing there.
Oh, it's basically just the same, but just
Well,
it doesn't end
so-
at 1945.
the thing with some mods for Hearts of Iron 4 is that they tend to make the game incredibly more complex.
No,
Sometimes,
this is
from what I've seen, often not in a very beneficial way,
I mean, Hearts
or
of
in
Iron
like a
is.
bloated way.
I mean, Hearts of Iron 4 is already relatively complex in the sense of that you need to do a lot of stuff all the time,
Yeah.
especially with espionage and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you need to know what you even want to be your army template be like,
Yeah, I'm fine with vanilla Hearts of Iron, but modded is a little. I'm a little hesitant for modded. I could not find the game. I'm gonna restart mine. I'm gonna restart.
Oh
my
wow, another technical problem. Woo!
This time it's Paradox, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot you have Brazil in your power block. Or did you?
Did we
No,
all Stardew Valley?
it's just green. We have that. Yes, actually. I mean,
Yeah. No.
we have an old version on GOG, not a new version on Steam or so.
No, I think you can still join. I think you can even join from mobile as well.
I
so-
don't know, but like we need to check. We just bought it once. That's that, and
Okay. Lena, do you have Stardew?
I have, but I haven't played it in forever.
guys,
I mean, that's not a
It's
problem.
not changed much.
it's probably still the same. Like
Also,
yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, it's still the same.
It's not a
mostly.
game where you need to be good to enjoy it multiplayer.
and you will go
Exactly,
for,
and it's just easy. It's relatively just chill. So
Yeah, I think also on one of the upside of multiplayer Stardew that you can have more like specialization, maybe like if somebody just goes down the mines all every day, like that sort of stuff. Like
Yeah.
so somebody down the farm, somebody go down the mine, so you can be like more efficient.
That
with
is
your
the
time.
that is the idea. Okay, you know what? Now we need to think about what would be good multiplayer games.
So sorry to only say this now, but I do not like Hearts of Iron 4.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah.
enough. I just remember you said one time when Room asked like one round would be fine.
Oh, I'm just thinking like what would be a good thing to do. What would be an interesting multiplayer game?
Interesting multiplayer is hard.
I mean-
like co-op stuff is always fun, but there isn't much co-op we all have, right?
Fair.
To be all of armor.
What?
Do we have armor?
Armor.
No,
Armor.
I don't think I have armor. We got the free. I mean, I have Cold War Assault. I have the original one, but not Armor 3. No.
I have Armor 3 servers and Armor Reforger server.
Yeah.
Before
no.
I've got.
We don't have that.
I don't just have the server. Yeah, I don't have the game.
Oh, yeah, I've got server,
Yeah.
not the game.
I mean,
I have like I am oh it's up back. I'd have to ask and check, but I have like a little small like server for like that I was running Anti-Stasi on with a friend, and like my friend is the one with all the technical know-how, so she mostly did the admin stuff. I could ask and like learn, and so that is a possibility. Like I could.
Anti-Stasi would be quite fun.
Yeah. We could do that, but I'd have to.
I don't know what that is.
It's an option. It's a mod for Arma / game mode where basically you like you play.
Guerrillas.
You play guerrilla resistance against. Yeah, like the scenario that we're currently running, which has been on pause for a while, is in a very interesting sort of estuary-like map against what was it? Was it the Americans and Russians? No, not Americans and Russians. It was Americans and something, I believe. Or maybe it was Americans and Russians.
Well, sometimes
Yeah.
you can have the independent factions, so it'd be like it depends on the map actually.
Yeah. Like so, we had the one. So we could do that scenario that's already partly partway through because we have like we
on
have
which
a
one-
decent amount of stuff, but not well. That's something the details we could discuss later, but that is
Yeah.
On which
It-
game
it-
is that
possible.
running?
Arma 3.
Yeah.
And that is just not
How much?
36.99 right now.
I could just buy it for you.
What?
Well, hey,
It's okay.
then I can't. Then we don't have an argument at that point.
I guess I'm still I feel probably a bit bad about that still, but like, yeah.
No, Armor 3 is fun. I mean, I've got
Yeah. It is a possibility.
8,000 hours in it. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I could teach you some of the basics, but honestly, I'll leave that to Ruben.
So like 8,240 hours.
Steam is just recommending me the Concord beta. What is
Yeah.
going on, Steam?
Like as we talked last Friday, just because you know something, you don't necessarily can teach it well.
Oh no, of course, of course not.
But we can try. My experience with armor is I found Jesus and I shot him.
Okay. So wait.
Yeah.
So you've got the Forger? No, you don't. The Forger server. So you guys both don't have Armor 3,
We
right?
both don't have Armor 3. Yes, we.
Okay.
It's like
We played it
don't-
on a free weekend, I think.
Yeah, don't overdo it right now. We're playing Wiki 3. Can we continue?
I know. It's just fun.
Yeah,
Can we
It's like-
continue?
No, we can't.
Yeah.
I'm loading.
Yes,
Oh,
you
so-
see that. He hasn't chosen the country yet.
Yeah, we just didn't get an answer because people started.
You don't need to ask. You see it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking through co-op games. I think the
Other
big-
co-op games, what can I think of? Barony?
Barony is.
If you're into
I
that.
mean, yes, that is like a thing where like if you that is for like a one-time thing. It would probably be very fun, but it's also just you know what the biggest problem with co-op games is. Some of them like they just are 4 people, and like getting exactly 4 people is sometimes hard, especially when you have 5 people.
Oh yeah, right. Barony is only 4-player, right? I think.
You know what we could do?
Asked the question, but
Yeah. How about TTRPG campaign? We have 4 players, and we have 1 person that wants to GM again.
want to? Fair.
It would fit 5 people.
But
Just saying.
The question then is paranoia or DSA?
Okay, so we could do that, or Dungeon Crawl Dungeon Crawl Classics.
You could also go Shadowrun.
We could also do Shadowrun.
I could do Shadowrun. Yeah, Shadowrun was fun. Shadowrun was fun.
We could even do the cursed D&D 5th edition with a slight homebrew because this just plays more like D&D again. Anyway, we could do some of that. I mean, with DSR, it's like I would probably want to look into getting. Like the thing with DSRs, I would want to look into getting like at least an English PDF copy, because that is just a baseline thing we all would need. Shadowrun I have in English. 5 and 6, I think. Let me just check for 1 second. So, just so you know, I have a bunch of systems here, digitally and offline. They go from simple to, a bit more complex. And I can go into all of them. That is not a problem. I just need to, read into them and learn them and set something up. But
And teach us, because I haven't played Shadowrun set. I always wanted to, but I never have.
I only have it in English, but we would have Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. I do have Cyberpunk Red if anyone is interested in that, but that's that. We have a DSR 5. We have a bunch of stuff here, but I would definitely need to look into, getting there the PDF of the English version, because DSR is a complex system. We would have Hunter the Vigil if anyone likes Chronicles of Darkness. I mean, okay, if we set that up, we should probably also just ask Beyond if he has interest. We have a Dungeon Crawl Classics / Old School Essentials. We have Paranoia 2nd edition. And I mean, I have it in English and expansions, so Paranoia would be doable, actually. I mean, if you're interested, I even have Paranoia XP, so... Yeah. I have Pathfinder. So, Pathfinder core rulebook, it's 2nd edition Pathfinder, yes. So, if you want to have Mathfinder...
Okay, we can continue, by the way, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
I'm looking at my own tabletop folder and have some random stuff in here. I think this folder is from a campaign.
I do have the...
I have some Rogue Trader stuff from 2014 for some reason.
I have the 5th edition rulebook in English for Shadowrun, so mismatch.
Iron. Yeah, what is Iron Sworn? Because I have a folder for like Iron Sworn stuff.
Yeah, we have problems. Let's resync. It should, should be doable.
I'm out of sync.
Oh, my game crashed.
Same. Oh,
My
wow.
game
here.
Yeah, I'm saving. But then we have to restart it. God damn it! Today is cursed. Chat, can we get some Fs? Can we get some Fs for the technological side?
Do you guys have the Forest? Or like, I think it's the
No.
second one maybe that's got multiplayer? No. Or GTA 5?
No.
Oh, did you hear about what's it called?
The
Frost Train or something like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was...
The developers of Barotrauma are making they announced a new game.
Is it Frost Train or Frost Rail?
Frost Train.
Frost Rail.
So I have Starfinder, by the way.
You don't need to get through every single TTRPG thing, okay?
Okay.
Like...
Yeah, Frost Rail. It's basically it's the Barotrauma people that made It's basically I think it's supposed to be like a roguelite open world thing. It's survival craft FPS. I want to like it on the theming alone because literally like it's trains in a frost setting and stuff like that.
Snowpiercer the game, I guess.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it's kind of like it looks a bit like slop, but also frost and trains.
Actually, if do you guys have Rust or played Rust?
No.
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 Okay.
Let's see if I
I
have.
have Abiotic Factor, but I haven't played it yet. It looked interesting.
Okay.
Maybe.
If it's an FPS, it's unlikely that I've played it.
Yeah.
No, Rust is
What,
different.
Rust?
First-person survival
Or-
crafting.
Well,
Yes,
yes,
survival.
but if it's a shooter and it's first person, then it's unlikely I've played it.
No, it's more
as
like
well as
Minecraft.
most survival.
Yeah, like
It's-
you can find.
I mean, then we could-
It's technically, but shooter, but it's.
We could also then play 7 Days to Die, I guess. Minecraft.
Easy.
Area Command 2.
Okay, but can I... Okay, here's the thing. I just looked through my folder and I have like 4 TTRPGs I could suggest that I think would fit the group here. And also, this is kind of important, are not too complex. Like, I would love to play DSR, but I know that Agonia could get into it, Lena could maybe get into it, Ruben and Zep would have problems. It's a complex system. I love it, but it does demand a bit of time and thinking. So, the ones I would look at that I think people would even have interest in would be, Dungeon Crawl Classics. I would say that's a simple one. We played it already. Paranoia, Vampire the Masquerade, or, any of the World of Darkness games. They're pretty simple. And I don't know how complex it is, but I think at least 2 people would be interested in maybe Warhammer Fantasy. I have the 2nd edition rulebook. If you like Warhammer Fantasy, we could do that. Disclaimer, I don't know much about it. I would look into lore stuff. Might ruin your perception of Warhammer Fantasy, though. It's an option. I mean, I could also look into Shadowrun and stuff, but I'm just saying.
I think Zep might like Warhammer Fantasy. A bit.
I do.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of good things about the role-playing game for Warhammer Fantasy.
I mean, there are
and
multiple,
it
but-
is something. Well, yes, but also I've just heard a lot of good things about the system and just more specifically the world for it. That and I just also in general like Warhammer Fantasy, so. I would definitely be up for I would be more than up for it, I guess would be a way to put it.
I presumed as much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look into skills, talents, equipment, combat, damage, and movement. So chapter 2 is character creation. Here we have it. You can play as dwarves, elves, halflings, and humans. That makes it actually very easy, at least for the 2nd edition. I can say that.
That is one thing I will say. For Warhammer, because it's Warhammer Fantasy, you do kind of end up limited on on the creatures that you can play. That said, there's a lot of careers and types of characters that you can play within a species that are very specific and they fill those niches that you might be lacking.
Oh, that is very much someone looking at AD&D me like, we can make this a little bit more spicy. I like that they have a weapon skill and ballistic skill difference. That is very neat. Weapon skill is for hand-to-hand
That's a
combat.
very specific thing in fantasy.
And difference between missile weapons, that's good. Strength, toughness, agility, intelligence, willpower, and fellowship. Fellowship is legitimately that's a good idea for a skill. I was always like, how should you describe? Because charisma is off. Fellowship is not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Technically, you could probably make an add-on to the system for more exotic player character options with different rules. But everyone is orc would probably work.
Yeah, I mean, I disclaimer, I really only have the core rulebook, so we would play very basic stuff. But anyway,
theoretically, you could. It's really I don't think you could do an orc and human playthrough,
Not,
but there is
not orc and
technically
human.
a
I mean
place-
all orc then.
Yeah.
Because orc and
everyone
human
is
doesn't
orc
work
or
that easy.
greenskin,
Yeah.
if everyone is greenskin, that could work. It's a little interesting. We'd have to be murder hobos essentially.
I mean, it's Warhammer.
But yeah, it's Warhammer and it could work. But there's a lot of like the interspecies stuff that you could do theoretically. There is lore exceptions in the or allowances like in the lore for vampire stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like someone who's for example, there's a story. There are a bunch of stories about a lady who got turned to be a vampire, and she ends up like working alongside humans and dwarves and such at times, and that's just an example. I think there's some expansion stuff or homebrew expansion stuff that include like because I know that they have like someone has played like a skink, for example. So like lizardmen type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I'm currently looking through the just flying over those characteristic rules a bit. I like what I'm seeing. It's like you even have secondary characteristics that are pulled from your main stats. And by the way, the main stats you roll on them with 2d10s. It's like that. So it's more like, the spread of your characters. Like the weapon skills of dwarves is 30 plus 2d10, while for halflings it's 10 plus 2d10. So they're all a bit differently weighted in what you're building. Very classic, but I like that you have wound stats, strength bonuses. There's an insanity point system right from the bat, so you can go with mad.
So I was just double checking the Warhammer stuff. One of the ones the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay that I've been hearing a lot about is, I believe it's 4th edition, and the writer of that is Andy Law, and he's a really good guy. He's really cool. And he knows a lot. He's especially one of the original cartographers for Warhammer.
That's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, he wrote for 1st edition for the Enemy Within campaign for 1st edition, and he did the rule book for 4th edition. He's done a couple of other things for it. I'm not seeing if he worked on 2nd edition, but yeah. Anyways, I'm quite fond of the idea of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd only have the 2nd edition. That's the thing. Apparently, the 4th edition is directed after the 1st and 2nd edition. So, yeah. I mean, I can look into it.
So, again, we have a lot of option and not much consensus.
I mean, should probably...
The most let's say, positive votes got Warhammer so far.
Interestingly, yes.
Warhammer, Shadowrun, Paranoia.
I'm fine with all of that. I'm also fine with armor and stuff. Since
Yeah, like Arma is definitely it's on the table as an option.
Yeah.
And like I said, because I have I already have that server, that would that would reduce a lot of the hassle of setup. So that's another otherwise getting it running is a big pain in the ass, but we can skip a lot of the more difficult technical stuff. So yeah, that's a backup option.
Okay.
Also, I am in.
I am in as well.
Yeah.
Everyone is. Yeah, I think. Room, you also?
Yeah.
Great. Then let's resume.
The Nile Delta's on fire.
I mean, Soon it's gonna be the
Maybe it's
Naya
always on
Delta.
fire.
France is astoundingly empty right now.
Yeah, like they
I
have like massive amounts of troops in Zanzibar
If
and
someone
in the Indian
wants
Ocean.
to try and invade the south, it should be. It looks like it's open.
It is. Could have liberated Occitania.
Well, I think if we had demanded that, they probably would have left a lot more troops behind.
I'm
Fair.
gonna send some guys there to see what happens.
Not the north.
No, there's no one there. It's just 6 troops. I'm going to land in Normandy, and then we march to Ile de la France. Hong on Champs-Élysées.
See, this is
Running
where I would
full.
like to be able to add more
Yeah.
goals.
Yeah, like wars are far too static.
Once again, yeah, war goals are far too static. It wasn't even historically like that.
Yeah, they have 60 days until they have 39 more troops moving to Occitania HQ. And they have trench infantry. So we're on the clock.
But yeah, I could look into that. We can talk about. I mean, I know some systems eat more than others. Like for example, I did play a bit of World of Darkness before. That's actually a pretty easy one to play as, and there are, dice generators for them. So
We'll have to play Mage someday, but that's apparently the most complicated one.
I mean, I can only offer, Vampire Hunter and Werewolf right now, the 5th editions, and, Hunter from Chronicles of Darkness, but that's a different story.
I think the game is hanging again. Zep is having connection problems.
Yeah.
Okay,
I would also
Give it a
very
little
much-
bit to let, just to see if Zep catches up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would very much like to do Still Fleet at some point, but I would probably prefer to run that, and I absolutely do not feel confident in doing that. So that's
yeah.
future.
I can...
Yeah, Zep's stuff is red.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh-oh.
If you have over there.
where?
There.
Where?
You can look at my fucking monitor.
Ah, there we go. I mean,
Oh, yeah, Zep says
Yeah.
he thinks it grows.
Yeah, there.
something is up with your
With his internet.
He just left.
Yeah.
He just dropped out. this Victoria's curse tonight. Is it like the 100-something anniversary of her death, and she's come back from the grave to haunt us or something?
I don't know.
Oh, there's a Finnish radical revolt.
Yeah, they're gonna die.
Well-
But the British have occupied East Karelia. Or somebody has. Is it the British? Probably. Yeah, it's the British.
Well, so that means might not be able to continue today simply because I think that the amount of data coming from Zep's end, too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Oh wait, I have Lamentations of the Flame Princess?
Yeah, I remember that one.
There was something.
I recognize that name, but I forget what's
I remembered vaguely that it's
is
like
that a system or a module?
it's a system.
Huh.
But it's in German.
Ah.
At least right now.
Rip Zep.
Well, okay, a genuine question, should we just fucking...
We can just finally organize what we want to do after this round of Wiki 3.
Yeah, I
But
guess
that's a problem. I think we're all fine with pretty much everything,
we just need to be...
which
Definitive.
means we
Make decisions.
we do not make like group decisions, so I think in the end Nya has to decide because she is streamer.
I'd be fine with TTRPGs, actually. I mean, we did that before, and depending, I would probably rather do a system I know. Like, Warhammer Fantasy looks interesting, and I will look into that, but I would probably rather do something like, Vampire the Masquerade or Dungeon Crawl Classics, because they're very simple to get into, I would say. Because, I know the problem. Agonia wants to have a bit more meat on her system. I know that.
Well,
But yeah, the thing is that I would if you are, here's the thing, if you are all fine with TTRPGs, I will look into getting one of them running, so that and it's either for especially for one I need, if I get a campaign roughly laid out, that would probably be the easiest thing for me, because here's the thing. I want to do this, but I'm slightly uncreative, and if I need to get something done until next Friday, I do want to have some baseline stuff. You will draw your own maps, though. Just saying. If we do dungeon crawling, you draw your own maps.
Okay.
We can also do just like a bunch of stuff, yeah. So I would look into some things.
very vague again.
Oh yeah, Lena. If before everything before you go, can you quickly check? So I've opened up a armor server. I just want to check if you can see it.
Question though.
Possibly.
Question. Since Zep's problem might not be fixed today, should we switch to something until then? Beyond kind of wants to join, and he apparently needs to vent some stuff, so we have some talking. But also the question is, what should we stream in the background?
You can go back
I don't
to
mind.
Borderlands.
Should we go back to Borderlands, Agonia?
We can.
I guess we're doing that. The weirdest fucking thing today, but
Technical issues are nothing you can do.
yep. So yeah, for everyone who's currently watching, just reload. We are literally going to be back in a second, and we have some new people to talk
I'm
with.
just telling you right now, yeah.
What?
If you do not declare something, you will do nothing.
I know. I
So,
know.
declare something.
Go with Borderlands.
First of all,
That's not the
that's not the point. First of all,
okay.
everyone, thanks for being here for Wiki 3. Just reload. We're back in a second. See you then.